Hi, everyone. This is my recap for this past term with Civic Influencers being fall 2022, the midterm election season. Just a brief introduction. My name's Nicole. I am a senior and I'm studying history and Italian at Penn State. I've always been into civic engagement and have always been very politically minded, so it's very important to me to make sure I do my part by helping others engage in the civic process. Today, I'll be talking about some of my goals and how I accomplished them through the means of utilizing social media, getting involved in student organizations by promoting civic engagement and civic duty, and then also discussing some of the hardships that I experienced during this term. So, for my goals, I was essentially looking to reach as many students as possible throughout this term, and my um, other goals included highlighting minority voting groups and those groups that experience disenfranchisement or other obstacles when voting. And I have worked in the past with civic influencers, but previously I had never utilized Motivote, so I wanted to incorporate that a lot into my campaign outreach. So, because of this day and age, social media is the quickest way to get information to everyone um, through sharing it via story on your actual page, that sort of thing. So, I decided to collaborate with other Penn State University civic influencers in which we all produced content for the page. We promoted voting content, different events were promoted as well that we were engaging in to help register people to vote, to help them change their voting address. Everything that you need to vote, we were trying to get it out there as quickly and as easily as possible. One of my favorite campaigns was doing the Disability Voting Rights Week. So we registered our Penn State Civic Influencers group chat, registered as a partner, and we researched different things that would impede people with disabilities to vote, whether that had been something such as buildings not being ADA compliant or if they needed transportation to the polls. And we shared this content, of course, to social media, our group needs, and then to our own friends and family. So here I'm just showcasing some of the content that I shared during Disability Voting Rights Week. I also produced a bit of a voting plan um, content slide, if you will, and I shared this to our Instagram. So here you have the first couple of slides from the post, and then there's a QR code which will bring you to a Motivote page. And because any sort of new technology or software can be super confusing, we also showed screen caps in our posts of what Motivote looks like and just to highlight how user friendly the software truly is to use. Moving on to the next aspect of my work this term was student outreach. So I am a president for a student organization on campus called Empowering Women in Law. So I did a lot of student outreach with EWIL, which is the acronym Empowering Women in Law. And I also worked with other organizations that are promoting civic issues on campus, such as Her Campus. So I did a speaking event with Her Campus and EWIL just to get at least those members out and ready to vote. And then outside of my organization, I sent out different voting resources to teachers on campus and other faculty and staff to disperse to their networks as well. I had met frequently with JC and the other Penn State Civic influencers throughout the semester, just to serve as a bit of support during this extremely stressful midterm season. And something that kept coming up was how to combat apathy. And we decided ultimately it was worth having these difficult conversations. It was quite disheartening to me to even hear some of my closest friends and family members say things like, oh, well, my vote doesn't count. And of course, that's not true. And especially in a state like Pennsylvania, where I am located, I thought that everyone sort of understood the importance of voting in a purple state, but that was something that I had to highlight more in the conversations and in certain dialogue I was having, whether it be in person at a more formal speaking event or a more private event, such as a house party or just any sort of situation. And at the risk of being the social justice warrior girl, at the party, I wanted to make sure that these things were brought up and highlighted to students that their vote truly does matter, and especially the youth vote has a really big impact on who gets elected, especially in these college these college towns and these communities where a great percentage of voters are students. Thank you so much for a wonderful term. I have greatly enjoyed working another major election season, and I cannot thank Civic Influencers enough for all the support, whether it be in the meetings, in the Slack group chat, and my Penn State Civic Influencer peers. Thank you.